You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. In one of my most recent videos, I explored just what exactly we could expect during EA's livestream session to reveal FIFA 20. Discussing the likes of a new reveal trailer, announcements made by EA that stated they were making changes to the gameplay, and also a game-changing new announcement that was promised during the official confirmation of FIFA 20 itself. In this video today, I want to talk about the rumours themselves that are currently making the rounds across social media and the internet. These aren't things that we should necessarily expect or are 100% happening, but just a collection of the speculation that FIFA players are producing ahead of the FIFA 20 reveal. It's always worth bearing in mind that these rumours should be taken with a pinch of salt, and although I've done lots of research to try and verify as much of these sources as I can, you should always conduct your own if you want to learn more. As always, make sure that you let me know in the comment section down below what you would like to see added and changed in the game for FIFA 20, and I'll do my best to get back to you. On that note, let's get into the rumours. So first off, let's talk about the one that has really come into focus over the last 48 hours, and that is talk of a new Vault mode coming to FIFA 20. I've seen a few different descriptions of this so-called Vault mode, and I'm still unsure which one it could even be. Some say it's a FIFA Street mode, others say it's a new area in the Pro Clubs game mode that people can play. We're still unsure. People were talking about this over the last couple of months, but what has made it really come into focus recently was the new FIFA 20 reveal teaser that EA Sports dropped on 6th June. In it was something that people are calling a V, and fans are now speculating that this is teasing the alleged new game mode that will be making its way to the franchise for FIFA 20. I've seen many different YouTubers upload videos showing screenshots of messages they've received on Twitter from alleged reliable sources. Of course, we have no idea whether this is true or not. People are speculating that the formula of this supposed Vault mode will emulate that of the likes of Fortnite and Apex Legends, where you purchase a Battle Pass like item and then you'll unlock customizable items based on that, which, if true, would be absolutely pathetic in my opinion. But let's not get into that until we know for sure what is happening, and then I can go on one of my rants at EA. Either way, we're hoping this isn't the game-changing announcement that EA promised, because a new small game mode based on microtransactions isn't what the fans were looking for. Moving on from that, we've also got the rumours about the English National League being present in FIFA 20. For those of you who don't know what that is, the National League is the 5th division in English football, one league below the Sky Bet League 2. This came about a couple of months ago when the National League themselves actually started a petition on change.org for EA Sports to add the league to the game in time for FIFA 20. Currently, the petition has over 10,000 signatures, but I'm sure that figure could have shot right up if it had had the same right amount of publicity. Things have been pretty quiet since the petition was first set out, and fans are hoping this is because the two parties have been in discussions regarding adding the league to the FIFA franchise. Now of course, there's a lot more to it than just obtaining the licenses. They also need to design all of the kits and logos. Most importantly, they need to add all the layers to the FIFA database and then apply all of the ratings. Something which EA might not be willing to do without an established team working on the scouting and the feedback for each of the teams and the players. However, there are plenty of databases and scouting tools used by all professional football clubs and associations that the company could use to get the foundations and the basis ratings for the first year, and then establish people scouting all of the teams in time for Season 2 and onwards. It's certainly not impossible. This would be a most welcome addition to the game, particularly for career mode players who now have another tier to start in for their road to glory saves. Speaking of career mode, We also have EA's little teaser during their pitch notes of the new gameplay changes coming to FIFA 20. In the press release, they stated that they would have information on how we are looking to innovate areas such as career mode and pro clubs. What exactly they mean by that, we have no idea, as they decided not to elaborate any further. Of course, career mode fans like myself, and I'm sure many of you that are watching this video right now, wouldn't be very optimistic about that, purely because of EA's displayed lack of care for career mode over the years. However, one thing that they've rarely done, if at all, is promise improvements to career mode and then not deliver. Usually what they do is just remain quiet when asked about career mode and then don't release anything to further back up that silence. This time, however, they've essentially promised fans that things will change, and for the better. So now we're going to find out if they'll be true to their word or not. Again, I don't want to go off on a rant about career mode, so we'll leave it there for now and come back to it should they or should they not announce major improvements and changes. Switching up game modes now, I want to talk about a little bit of speculation regarding Ultimate Team and packs. Earlier on in the year, it was confirmed by the Belgian government that packs and microtransactions in the form of chance attempts would be banned from games, meaning that FIFA and PES players could no longer purchase the likes of FIFA points and packs. This has, of course, led other countries' politicians to begin debating the same thing, and with that comes a lot of uncertainty surrounding the future of packs within Ultimate Team. I'm now wondering whether EA will begin working on changes to the pack system to prevent this from being inflicted on them and then being caught in the cold. Earlier on in the video, we spoke about how there may be a battle pass like option coming to this suggested vault mode. Well, think of that in an Ultimate Team format. You buy a battle pass, and with every time you level or tier up, you get a new player or a certain amount of coins that is listed beforehand. This would potentially prevent allegations of gambling because players know exactly what they're getting, and therefore EA would be able to nullify any cries of gambling, despite it still being a pay to win model. I certainly think this is something worth thinking about for fans, and completely believe that they will already be discussing this and potentially even looking to implement it into future games, if they haven't done so already for FIFA 20. Something that I want to come back to this year once again, dynamic weather. Every single year, fans and media outlets find themselves talking about how it's going to be added to the next instalment of the franchise, but it never seems to be the case. Surely this year must be the year. I mean, come on, they have it in most of their other games that use the Frostbite engine. I just find it so strange that FIFA hasn't followed suit. It really doesn't make sense to me. Even Konami have made a big thing about how PES has this feature present, but FIFA just doesn't seem to have even played with the feature in any way. It's such a natural and fundamental part of football in general, it may affect the way you play the game. So as a result, surely it has to be implemented as soon as possible. Something else that we should also consider is the potential of FIFA moving to a subscription model rather than a single annual release. It's something that members from EA have spoken about in the past, and clearly they've been looking at ways to employ this new model. They already have EA Access, which is clearly a dulled down version of what they're looking to do. It could be possible that live games and new releases follow suit. In my opinion, this is going to be nailed on to happen, no question. The only question is, will it be in place in time for FIFA 20, or is it a longer process that we should expect a little bit later on down the road? I would say it's unlikely to be implemented ahead of the FIFA 20 release, however, it's certainly not impossible. And with that in mind, I'd advise everyone to keep an eye out for it during the coming months, just in case. So that brings this video off to a close today then, guys. We've collected quite a few rumours and bits of speculation, which I hope you found useful. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about them. Which ones do you think might be true and which ones false? I'd love to hear, so let me know. Give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't already, using the Twitter handle at Bromo018. The link for that is in the description. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more regular gaming content. On that note, we are going to round it off there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.